Hello everyone, welcome back to Today in Reptile News. I am your host, Marcus Dell'Olio of Mad Exotics Reptiles and Mad Exotics, the YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. So for the first bit of reptile news today, we're going to take a look at my collection. And there's a bit of bad news with that, so I'm going to start off the bad news. Unfortunately, the province in which I live, New Brunswick, had a couple of heat waves go through it this summer, and my house, which is over, I think 90 years old now, or something like that, is not properly insulated. I had a bit of casualties through my reptile collection. I don't really want to talk about it because it's really heartbreaking for me, so we're gonna skip over that because I just want to bring it to your attention because some of the animals that I've showcased on my Facebook page and on this YouTube channel ended up passing away. It was a really hard time for me. It was really crappy. But in other news, I did have some more ball python eggs. So I've got ball python eggs on the ground. It looks like my hognose eggs are just about to be released from their mothers. And I'm super pumped about the hognoses. I'm super pumped about the ball python eggs I was able to get. And I'm super pumped about this winter breeding season, which I'm hopefully going to be able to pair some of my lizards together as well. In other breeding news, not about me this time, it's about WHS Reptiles. This is from back in July, so you guys probably already know about this, but I just want to flaunt it again because it's an awesome thing. I have a cat trying to jump up where my camera is right now, so that's why I keep on glancing down that way. Toby, don't do it. Toby, get down. Saw him. They actually produced two scaleless ball pythons. One of them is like a super pastel and one of them is a normal, which means that this could be something that we could pair into different things. It could be recessive, it could be co-dominant, it's definitely not dominant. It could be recessive or co-dominant, and that would be awesome if it was co-dominant because then we could breed it into a bunch of other things. Not me personally, but other people, because I do not have the money to afford a scaleless ball python. I don't know if I ever will. I personally have nothing wrong with scaleless snakes as long as they function the exact same way a normal snake would. If they function a different way, or they're messed up genetically, or we figure out through crossings and stuff like that that it produces kinks and head wobble and a bunch of other stuff that is just like totally kind of horrible, I will not condone it. But however, with the corn snakes and the Texas rat snakes that we've been producing so far, and the death adders, we produced scaleless death adders before too, they are pretty much totally fine. They're a normal snake just with like skin. It's not scales anymore. Very cool animals, very cool stuff. Good on you, WHS Reptiles. One of my favorite areas of animal in the entire world are amphibians, because they're just awesome. And what's not to love about a frog, a salamander, a toad, a newt? What's not to love about them? They're awesome creatures, wonderful, amazing animals. And one of my favorite animals in the entire world is actually something called a hellbender, which is endemic to the United States. If you guys don't know what a hellbender is, it's a gigantic salamander. It gets like 1.5 feet, 2 foot long. Gorgeous animal. I mean, they're not really all that pretty. They're also called mud devils. They're not the best animal to look at, but they're adorable. I mean, they're cute. Unfortunately, these guys are actually like becoming threatened right now according to the ICUN Redlist. But the Toledo Zoo in Ohio actually just produced a bunch of them, and they're releasing like 200 of them back out in the wild. This is a major step because these animals, their population is like declining very rapidly. I'll link the ICUN Redlist thing down below. It's unfortunate because that basically, these guys are a good sentinel animal because amphibians breathe through their skin. And when you start to notice that the amphibian population starts to decline all around, especially these big ones, that generally means that the habitat is in some amount of stress. And the main stress is pollution. These guys, since they do breathe through their skin, they can get a lot of toxins in real quick and they die real quick. And unfortunately, that is what's happening in most of their ecosystems that they live in. However, this can be reversed still, and with captive breeding efforts like the one done at the Toledo Zoo, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I think I am, we can get these guys back out in the wild in populations that they were at before we, polluted the river systems and stuff like that. So thank you so much for watching again. I will see you guys hopefully in a couple of days to next week. Fingers crossed.